Today we're going to pull down the sheetrock from the ceiling and see how far the damage extends. I'm expecting this seam right here that's bubbled out to also have water. I did find over here we have screws mixed with nails, so it looks like the sheetrock, when it was water damaged, it was sagging and it was reaffixed back up so it wouldn't sag before the excessive amounts of skim coat or plaster was put on it to level it out. So we're gonna get in there, see how far the damage goes, remove all the damaged sheetrock, start cleaning off all the mold and damage as best we can off the wood in there. All right, we're up here in the ceiling and just started to pull out this nail here, and I'm gonna get a nice close-up of it. It is rusty. Let's see if I can pull it out. That's a rusty nail. Discolored drywall on it. Rust indicating that water's been sitting up here. Not just a quick one-time leak, but water had been sitting up there rusting things. Okay, so I just dug this piece out of right here in the ceiling. Note, we have a rusty nail that's been covered up by a bunch of plaster. And over here we have, this is a screw. You can see the screw head here. So somebody is screwing, the nails are original, somebody's screwing the wall, the sagging ceiling back up and then plastering over, and obviously there's no way you could mistake this as not being water damaged with a rusty nail clearly underneath the plaster which was just put on. We do have, this board is discolored and completely waterlogged. Not right now, it's dry, but it was at one time and sagging, and then they screwed it back up and went ahead and put some patching stuff on here and covered it all up. We're getting closer to see what kind of wood damage we got. Alright, so I just want to give a visual of what we're finding here. This piece I just pulled down, it is still attached to the ceiling, so there's no mistake it came from here. We are dealing with a lot of mold and whatnot. In here looks to be a stack of something. Nasty and moldy. Looks like more drywall stacked in here for some reason. I'm not sure why. Well, we'll find out what's going on in there. Alright, so I got that section down where the extra drywall was sitting up there for some reason. We could see all the water damage there on the drywall. See some of this that I pulled down is pretty furry. It's nasty. This pile here, more rot on it, nasty stuff, was just sitting up there, about 15 pounds of sheetrock sitting up in the ceiling for some reason. Not exactly sure why, but we're just going to keep moving and looking for more damage. I do want to point out one thing. We've been finding screws mixed with nails. What that shows is that somebody screwed the sagging piece up. It was nailed in originally, it was sagging, they just screwed it back in. That piece wasn't replaced, and yet we're finding other sections that looks like we've had multiple leaks here or something. Over here is the toilet, and we can see clearly the drainage issue, or the leak that we were told happened during a remodel, a toilet seal leak during remodel. Now, I do want to point out that seals on the toilet, they don't leak until you flush. So to be in the middle of a remodel, and I don't know how many flushes or how long that takes to make that. Actually, we had one in our house. It took a year actually before we found evidence of water, but we didn't have a raised foundation. So this is not just a couple of weeks or a week during a remodel. This is Definitely more than that. We'll probably be able to see some subfloor in there. Over here, very curious where this water came from, unless it just ran down and ended up there because of low spots in the ceiling or something, but we'll keep going, see if we find any more water damage. Okay, puzzle's starting to come together here. We have a water leak starting here, dripping down, and the water damage is extending this way. The water damage on the cabinets is over here on the floor. That's where the damage to the cabinets were. Trying to figure out, just put 2 and 2 together here and figure out where the water came from. My suspicion was that it was from the ceiling, and we're actually confirming here. I'm showing basically water traveling from here along a seam, which is right here with a tape mark, and we continually are finding more and more water damage. The water damage is coming straight out from this wall here and coming this way, straight out. So if it then dripped around here from the ceiling here, down to the floor here, and over here, or followed another seam and dripped over here, we're gonna find the trail. They left all the old sheetrock in there, and we have a mold trail to follow. I'm gonna get in here and show what we're finding here. So over here, we're showing clean, dry sheetrock. Same with over here. Over here, we do have mold and a water spot, and it's going that way. Over here, it is dry. Over there, it is dry. There's some water, not too much. Here's our tube. Here's our pipe that was leaking. So it looks as though we're gonna keep following this trail here, which is a river of mold from obviously a river of moisture. And we're just gonna keep following it, and it's gonna bring us closer and closer to the cabinets that showed all the water damage. And of course, since we have repairs in this ceiling, and it's listed in the inspections, the homeowner knew about this leak, knew that it was leaking, knew the ceiling was actually leaking water. That means that she had to know that there was water on the floor. You can't have a leaky ceiling that doesn't drip anywhere. It's going to be leaking onto the floor, and here we go, water damage to the cabinets that I yanked out. I wanted to show this, what we're finding here. Over here on this side, I think the water damage is right on that edge of that one. Then we have water damage on that piece hanging down, water damage over here. You get up here on the ladder a bit. We also have, water damage. Well, this is all just proof of water damage. Rusty nail hanging in here, rusty nail over there. We did not have, that's this piece here. See the water just kind of sat, but didn't go farther that way towards this closet. And we don't have a rusty nail right there. It's just a nice normal nail. What this is showing is the direction of water flow. And the direction of water flow is actually towards the cabinets over there. Let me get back so we can see this. Alright, so we have water coming from here, going over in that direction towards these cabinets where we have water damage on the floor. I'm expecting the water damage to end somewhere in this area, and then the question is going to be, where did it go? Which is going to be, the answer is seeped through the ceiling. We already know it seeped through the ceiling. It would get onto the floor and it would run over those cabinets. We're just going to confirm by keeping going and yanking more sealant out.